Who else is here? Who else is here? How are you, Dua?
Hi, good evening. I'm fine.
Good evening. So much money, you decided to take a break this week, right?
Don't worry, I can't wait for the meeting to start. I have stuff to say and ask.
A lot of good news.
Not so much so that people will not get whatever, but I have a lot of clarifications. Yeah, a lot of things I think I should I need to be clear on. Let me put it that way.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Madam, yes, we would have to text me. I'm guessing she can't talk. And
hey BK, hi everybody.
Oh, she can talk. How are you? You good?
I'm good. I can't talk, so that's why I'm being romantic.
Okay, we'll keep it quiet then. Well, fantastic. Hey, bonsoir, madame.
Good night, baby.
Bonsoir, madame. I have a madame here. She's meant to.
Is that me?
That's you. Bonsoir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Anyway, let's hit the ground running. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Didi.
Hi, BK. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
hello, everybody.
Precious. Well,
good evening. Yeah.
Miss Precious.
Javier, come over.
I'm Miss Precious. Okay, guys, just meet yourselves, please. Right. So this is just our usual review, and but let's just go with Fiola first. Actually, I think you got something to say. So, how did the week go? Do you want to talk through your trades with us, please?
Yeah, my week was I don't know. I think I did a lot of things wrong, and I started to realize I paid dearly for it, of course, that there are some trades you don't take at the same time. Like when I need to learn, maybe part of what I need to say is that I need to learn what are in the same asset class, for example. So you don't take a long in it and a short in another one, you know, if you understand what I mean. So I took a long in copper, which played out well. Then I shorted natural gas, and it was a big error.
That's
you know?
right. Okay, you went short.
So you know, I realized that it's either they go up together or they go down together. So they're not working inversely, they're just in tandem. So by the time I realized that it was already late, I was in a big loss, you know, because I don't usually use stop loss, because I just figure, okay, or I try to take it just far or something. So it was so two things I need to know. One, like when we're taking this thing, some of these positions on our own, not maybe calls, how, well, maybe that's an individual thing to learn. How do we just know that, okay, you don't take two particular assets in the same class at the same time? Maybe one is a long and a short. So at the end of the day, you're working against yourself. And then two, the hedging of a thing. I need to know, I know how to take a long and a short of the same thing, but in terms of volume for each side, for example, if I bought, let's say, 1,000 of a long and I want to also hedge it by taking a short, at what point do I take the opposing position? At what point? Is it immediately when I start out, or is it when I see that, oh, my initial one is going against me, so I need to hedge against it, you know? So I need to know that, because I hedged earlier in the week, and I realized that as we're moving opposite directions, one was canceling out the other. So if it wasn't that I did the math immediately to see that if I waited to the end that I had set for the two, I was still going to be in loss, no matter how much positive amounts the favorable one is. I was still being in loss, because I had a short going on at the same time.
There's
Do
a
you
lot.
understand what I mean? So even if I get $100 for one thing, and then I get $110 loss, by the time I stick the $110 loss cancels out the $110 positive, and I'm still like minus $10 loss.
So let me share a whiteboard and let's do this. Can you see my whiteboard?
Yeah.
So the question here is, so you've got the chart. Let's just. All right. And now right here, you've got the chart. Yeah. So you went long here, right? And you're asking me at what point would you or should you hedge? Am I right? Is that the question? Can you hear me? You're muted. Your line's muted.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you again.
I couldn't see my unmute stuff actually. The entire screen is white, but I can see what you have there.
Yeah. So what you did was you went long here.
Yes.
And the question is, at what point should you hedge, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
and the volume and the quantity also, or what you need to do to cancel out the other and stay in profit.
Quantity matters a lot. So there's not one way to do it. Okay. So one of the things we could do is, so if you go long right now, let's just say you've got 5 units, and sorry, you've got 10 units at $4. So you invested $20. That's your risk, and let's just say you're down by 10%, which is, so you're down to $18. Correct?
Yeah.
You're down $18. So if you go, the minute, so you don't hedge straight away. So for example, this is going up, okay? Despite the ripples, it's going up. You don't just hedge right there. If you hedge right there, you're gambling because you're not sure if it's going to go up or down. Some people tend to do it, okay? Which is, I'm not sure where it's going to go. So you want to wait for it to be committed. Okay? And we're going to look at the charts in a minute. So you're going to wait for this to be committed before you take a hedge. Does that make sense? But if you hedge right now, that means you're just gambling, and then if it goes your one way, then you're going to cancel. But what if it reverses and it goes the other way around? Okay, that's number one. Number two, what time frame are you looking at? I mean, are you taking a scalp? If you're taking a scalp at a very short time frame, you know, there are times I trade in seconds. I know I didn't really tell you guys, but I do trade in seconds time frame. So if you hedging, yes, if you're hedging at that point, you could have reversed, and you know, I could have made my money or my loss while you don't even see a sniff at all. It's in seconds. Does that make sense? So you don't take that trade right there. If you want to take that trade, I think it's best to go into the chart. I will. Okay, so I'm going to share the chart. Let me find it. You want to tell us which one it was?
Natural gas.
It was the natural gas. What's this thing again? The ticker?
I think if you just type in natural gas or something.
Natural gas. Okay, give me a second, please. Just trying to find my. Okay. My. Shoot. Get it to bright. Sure. So let's look at this natural gas. I think that was natural gas futures, right?
No. Spot.
Right here.
Spot.
Yeah, CFD, natural gas. This one.
Yeah.
So if you remember, I think I took a short natural gas a while back, and the question here is, let's just say, remember what it was, or what point it was. Can't remember.
If you show me your screen again, I think I got in at as a short, I got in at 8.1.
8.1, right?
Yes, hoping to write it down to 7.5. At which point I believed it would. So it wasn't supposed to be a scalp at all.
Oh, okay, it's meant to be a long-term trade. So the mistake we make, or often make, so you're going at this level, basically, let's just say this level is, and you wanted to write it down, okay? So the mistake we make is, and I mentioned this last week, so I took a trade on a long time frame, okay? So I'm guessing you probably got in around this point here, this level, and you wanted to write it down, okay? So if you take a trade at a long time frame, let's say daily, look, I can't see all this. It's just noise. You see that?
You're not sharing your screen anymore, right?
I am.
Ah.
Can you see my screen?
Okay. I can't.
I can see it.
You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can see my screen.
Oh.
You can't see it, can you?
See what the issue is then.
So maybe you need to stop the sharing and then re-access again, whatever you want.
Okay.
So you see now.
Yes.
Okay. So what you do is, so for example, if you're taking your trade on the daily, so this is a daily, you can see everything is actually compressed, and it's all, so this is all noise, all this volatility we see.
Yeah.
Let's put the line back in. But if you zoom in a little bit for hourly, now you can see hourly. Now you can see that, oh no, I'm in trouble. But that's the problem. So which is why we need to always keep a log of our trades. Because if you're taking a trade on an hourly, then of course respect that if it's gonna invalidate, it should be invalidated where? Back to hourly. If you take a trade on the daily, the invalidation should be, or confirmation should be coming where? Back to daily. Do you get it? Yeah, so I don't know what time frame you took the trade. Okay, and if you look at it, I mean, the volume is actually a funny one. Can you see? It's just the odd, same thing, isn't it? Yeah. That's what I can see here. So it's very, very important, the volume, but I'm not going to say it's inconsequential. It's very important. Now, let me pay more attention to this. So right now, I think when I called it was I think I took it on a weekly when I called it for a short. I can't remember exactly, or was it a 4 hourly? I think it was a short I called, right? I have to look at my log.
You said you shorted it also briefly or something.
I did as well around. I think it was around here when I shorted it. So it was on a daily when I shorted it. So I left early because I think because the margin requirement I had was quite small, so I took in a little bit of profit. And again, it's a discipline we should all have. I think the market was already going; it wasn't going against me yet, so my profit was diminishing. And then instead of me to, I should just understand that okay, the levels I identified hasn't been broken, hasn't been breached. But I thought, okay, be happy with a little amount. So remember, I put the stop loss right there just to protect a little bit of profit. You hit the stop loss, and I just say, that's it. I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. So now let's talk about hedging. So right now, if I took natural gas on a daily. Why do you think I took it on a daily? Why don't I want to scalp it?
I don't know. Maybe on a longer time frame, on the daily time frame, you can see clearly or something.
That's one good reason, but why? Why? If you think about natural gas compared to Apple, where do you think there's going to be more movement, Apple or natural gas?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would rather, take natural gas trade on a macro, okay? And especially, I mean, I live in Europe, and I just thought there's only so far that Russia could take the gas price. I mean, look at natural gas right here, over 5 years, okay? This is literally it, okay? Was it the one that said, there's no way you would not, was it this one that said you can't lose? No, it was PVP USD. Okay, well, if you look at this as well, there's only so far that Russia can go. You see that? We're getting there. Okay, you know what, let's even actually draw our extensions. Seriously, how far can Russia go? Okay, let it keep going. And then, gas gets overextended. What's he going to do? Our bills are not going to be high forever. We know that. Otherwise, it's going to be war, unrest, civil unrest, riots. Okay, I live here, so this is something I have to factor into the consideration when I took this. And I thought, if you're going to take natural gas, you're going to be doing this on a what? With the macros. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Not just technicals. I don't want to be scalping this. Things don't move that fast when it comes to these. Do you get it? Which is why I decided to take it on a longer time frame. And of course, if it gets invalidated, so I'm not going to take this again. I'm going to be looking at it to test this level again. Okay, and if it tests this level again, then of course I'm going to go short. So let me just set a reminder and alert. Gas.
The trade was actually going on well, right until the stock market started to pump. So was as safe as the stock market pumped. Dipped. The slight whatever on Monday and Tuesday. So it's as if as that happened, the natural gas just shooting up.
I'm going to pause you there. So now you said something about this and stock market, and what I wanted to tell you was that. So when you look at this, this is actually inversely correlated with the market. Inversely correlated with the market, because when things are, when people are spending money on bills, they will not go shopping, will they?
Yeah.
Okay, but when the bills are low, they've got money to shop. You see that?
Yeah.
Inversely correlated with the market.
Yeah,
So,
I've learned that now, hard way though. I wish I knew that.
You pay tuition to the market.
I paid a big amount to learn just that simple thing.
Yeah, so that's one. Now let's look into this. So why would I, if I'm gonna hedge this now, let's just say I bought in I put in some position around here, short, and it's going my way, okay? But all of a sudden it starts reversing, okay? And I've lost all my gains, right? So remember, I got in here. Let's just say I got in here, entry. But I didn't take profit. Now it's gone against me. Remember, entry short. But now this is where we are, right? So let's just say I am minus $10 down. I did a sample in the video I released this afternoon. I did a sample hedging. I'm $10 down, and I don't know. Let's just say I have one position, of course. So I will hedge here. Negative, make sense? Which means whenever this goes up, extra $10, $20 now, yeah? This will go down. This goes down 10. So you would always leave the gap of $10. I don't know if I'm making sense. There's always going to be $10 gap, $10 gap each time. So if this gets to 190, what's going to happen to this? 180. Okay? So what I tend to do, and I don't know who I explained this to yesterday, what I tend to do is once my position, let's just say, let me clear this. So you shorted, or at this point you're going long, okay? But at some points on a 4 hourly, it looks like, look at this base, what's happening here? Yeah. Find the base and it's telling you, I want to go long, I want to go higher. I've tested the base and I don't like it. Yeah. But you were going short. So now at this point, the long is confirmed, isn't it? So I wait for me. Of course, you don't want to wait until your loss, accumulates a huge one. So let's just say my loss is about $10. Now I check the charts again, and the long is confirmed. So now I've got $10 upside, while my downside is what? $20. Make sense? So $20 downside, I'm down $20. But I'm up how much? $10.
10.
And the up trend is confirmed. Okay. So what do I do? What I tend to do is I still hold this. Okay. Two ways. I hold this. Once this is now $20 confirmed, and this is what? 30.
30.
Yeah. So I cut this. Okay, I cut this. And then or the minute this is actually definitely confirmed, I cut this and I just let this keep riding. Okay. There are times whereby your loss and profits are the same. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not constantly in the loss. I can't remember how I did it again. But once the uptrend is confirmed, once a trend is confirmed, uptrend or downtrend, I close this and then I just let this accumulate. So I tend to usually buy the same amount to make sure what I trap the loss to one
Okay, I
trade
think that was my error. I didn't buy the same amount.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
one
it was
trick.
really hard to catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. The next trick is I go on a longer time frame. So let's make it daily. You see, daily things are clearer. Okay. So this might look like a little bit. Okay. Or if it's all, you know what? How about a weekly? And that's it here. This is definitely an uptrend. Okay. And I just relax. Okay. I don't have to, you could introduce some moving averages if you like. And I'm just going to relax. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's telling me this is it now. It doesn't like this. But look, remember, price have memories. Look, it tested it. It confirmed it. You see that? And it bounced back. So at this point, I'm just going to close one and I'll just let the other one confirm. But if you don't go low, higher time frame, you just realize there's a bit of noise. Remember, if you put it on a 3 hours and it's already dipping, don't be quick to take take the trade. Make sure you go back to the 3 hours to confirm where it's in. Okay. But if you think, you know what, I don't want to lose it for higher time frame, where's it at? Then record it as a new trade as well. But make your notes that it's related to the previous trade. You don't just think one trade is going down, one trade is going up, etc. You know that you can close one and just let the other one ride.
Yeah.
Okay. And since I've been hedging, I've never made any loss at all. So again, you have to trade a liquid market, number one, bigger time frame, and just that way you'll be fine. This actually looks like a really basic trade, but I'm waiting for this one right here. I think my alert has been set somewhere.
You're waiting for you to hit what?
I'm waiting for the resistance right here. I'll be waiting right here. I don't want to touch the top necessarily. All we're hearing, for example, is this constant, gas price. Come back, please. This constant fear that price, the gas price is going to double, quadruple. So while we think we've seen the worst, I think gas is still going up, and the politicians are not saying anything in terms of, we're going to give these guys a concession or not. For the first time, I'm actually taking into consideration what's going on in the world, macros. Even though initially my chart said short, but at some point chart says sorry, go long, because you might think, but Russia is no longer bombing anymore. It's just normal today, whatever's going on in Russia. But hey, your chart is saying what? Right now, I'm taking you back up. Okay, so. But which means I don't know. And remember, I think the chart is factoring in the fact that Russia has turned off the gas. Okay, that's number one. Winter is coming, So remember, chart is always forward looking, always thinking about the future. By the time, if you want to short this in December, you're already late because it's already factoring in, it's looking at summer now because it's thinking now they're not going to need gas over the summer as much as they need it now in the winter. So guess what? So in future, it's going to start coming down. Does that make sense? Always forward looking. When you look at the chart, look from the left to the right. And number two, always think 5-6 months ahead. In 6 months, where am I? And I'm thinking in December now, oh God, I'm going to be turning on my heating. Makes sense? It's going to be dark by 3 o'clock. Even during the day, I'm going to turn on the heater, which means I expect things to go up, gas to go up, which means what? Yeah, at that time, I expect to go up. But if I'm gonna trade gas in December, I'm gonna be going short, and that's it. That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank
the
you very
hedging
much.
is something you have to play with a little bit more.
I think
But
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
try and balance it with the same amount. Balance it, but remember, when it's a new trade, which means it eats into the new margin as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So, which is why just give yourself enough room to breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another one?
No, just that one.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, I do. I shorted Euro USD though, but it's supposed to be a scalp, not something long term, because I think it's in an uptrend. Longer time frame, I mean. But I'm just talking about a short short stuff. So you could take a look at that.
Okay.
You said?
You went short on Euro USD.
And just no, I was already in long in profit. I closed it.
You said, sorry,
Now,
makes sense.
now I'm just taking a short, just briefly. I think it's in an uptrend, but just on a shorter time frame.
I was gonna say this, guys. Make sure you're looking at the right charts. I know it's all Euro USD. If you're on capital, for example,
Yes.
because either way they tend to lag. Understand?
Yeah.
So, this is a lovely. Look at this on a daily. You know what? This has not happened in 20 years. But for me, I'm not even worried at all. It's everything Europe is going to be destroyed. Look at that. I mean, I should have gone in here. I didn't get in there. You don't need to know how to trade to be able to say, you know what? Just buy this and forget. Yeah.
And then you pay every day for capital right overnight
exactly
charges.
So even if it's going down, you'll be like, it's not going anywhere. Just add more. I mean, look at that.
No, I'm not adding more right now. I mean, I'm in a short, but I know when to come right back in. I know it's a long, you understand, but just briefly for now.
I mean, I have actually been in and out of this as well. But if you're going to go on a shorter time frame, absolutely, you're right. Look at that.
I already have my stop loss set and it's in profit, so I know it's not going to go down like this for long. So
you're the one enjoying this forex the most, you know.
No, I'm not enjoying anything. I told you about my big blunder during the week, so
yeah, but you seem to have the most hand.
Yeah, well,
I just remember that conversation the first time, and I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I told you I wasn't doing. Leave me alone.
Well, you've been busy.
Yeah, well.
Okay, well done. So, this is one of the trades we made. I think this week it was a scalp, of course. And next time I'm actually going to bring my journal so you can see what we did. And I think it was a scalp. We went up. Now, of course, it's just looking like a short here. If I'm going to look into this, I can't even see. All I can see is, charts move, or stocks move from demand to demand, supply to supply. And what does it do? All I can see is it came around here. Let me pick a different thing. It came around here, this level of imbalance, it's tested it, and then what? Coming right back down. So if it breaks this level, then I'll be looking at my next level right here. But yeah, but I don't think it's going to come to this low. So my rule is on that. I'll be looking at it before it gets to the low. So yeah, right here is what I'll be looking at. But yeah, why not? Well, if you're in a long with a long time frame, I honestly would not bother. I think this is fine. So that's number one. Or that's number two rather. The other one is GBP USD. Did you take this as well, Taylor?
No.
No, you didn't. Okay. This was a good one, by the way, guys. Look at that. This was a really good timing. I can't remember how I did it, but it was from this level when we did it. And look, we came out here, and well, I think I came out early. So
Yeah, I think by the time I saw it, I saw that that moved, and I didn't want to get back in, and I was still smarting from my natural gas loss, so
oh no,
I was just
yeah,
like, let me wait.
yeah. I can't remember how many percentage, but it was a good trade for me, and I believe for a few others as well. So again, whatever goes up will come down, and that's it right here. I'm looking at getting back in 1.2 level, or below 1.07 maybe. I'll tell the group anyway. And this is the final one. GBP CHF. Again, except you think UK is going for 0. I don't know how you're going to lose on this. I mean, this is actually probably the sweetest one of all trades. Again, what's the lowest we've ever tested? This is on a monthly now. The lowest is ever tested. People actually beat up to 1.11150. And if you look at this, actually, what day was this? This is COVID lows. Can you see that? Okay, this is COVID lows. If you think we're going to get to that COVID lows, yeah, have enough liquidity. But I can't remember. I think I called this on the daily. Yeah, I called this on the daily yesterday right here. So I'm not bothered with this noise I'm getting, because I expect things to move up and down. And of course, ultimately, Europe's going to get off this nonsense. Well, there's UK and Switzerland anyway. And of course, I expect things to move back up. So this here, I'm only in this one right now. And I mentioned the snap trade, which I was in, I showed it last week. I wouldn't say it printed exactly. It was printing at the CPI report today. But I took it, I came out already though. So it was meant to be a scalp. I was in it longer than necessary, but again, as you can see, it was making a higher high. So that's a good one for me. Yeah, so it saved me. I believe this was on my depth here. I don't really want this for a long time, but stayed in longer than normal. So anyway, we had the CPI today. There's something I want to say, guys. 2 things I want to say. So number one is, so the question people are asking is, are we bouncing back now or are we not? 2 things. Number one, they've redefined recession, which, we know recession is negative GDP negative over 2 quarters, but the labor force is strong. So, and as a result of that, they're saying, yeah, that's not your typical recession, and of course, markets listening to that. And then inflation report came out today, printed soft. Number 2, number 3, what's really affecting the CPI is the oil. Oil. And oil prices are coming down. I mean, I can see the effects here too in the, in the UK. Oil prices are coming down. So I guess, we've got to play in their hands, and there's not a lot we can do right now than to respect. We just have to trade what the market presents, and that's it. So I'm still being a little bit cautious, okay? So have we got to the bottom? I would say I don't know. I'm just respecting what the market is doing, because if you look at Apple right now, Apple's actually at session highs. This is Apple near all-time high all over again. It's a session high. So are we at the bottom? I don't know. It's a V bottom, and we haven't really had a bottom. That's number one. If I'm going to say, we haven't really had yes, we had a long dip. The market was grossly oversold. Have we had a bottom? I really would not say. I wouldn't say I don't. I'll say I don't know. But based on what the market's given me, yes, we have, and the market's just going away. It was sucking in all bad news without a care in the world. That's number 2. And final thing is what I wanted to go. I know some of you want to trade crypto as well. Again, so 2 things I want to say about crypto. I think I told you guys I'm not really trading crypto like before anymore. I'm more focused on commodities, indices, forex, crops, etc. So what I'm doing, and I actually said this a while back, is I am picking my level. Okay, when I pick my level, all I do is, once I pick the level, I make sure my liquidation is, something like zero, just all this impossible, and I just leave it. Does that make sense? So I'm not trading it or scalping. So I'm kind of more swinging with crypto instead of trading. So, maybe the whole 2 weeks, I think I've only taken one trade. Yes, it was a positive, but, I check every now and then. Negative, don't care about it. Okay, because that's not my bread and butter. My bread and butter is in other ones, which is, less volatility, more predictable. And that's what I'm doing. So I would please, try and encourage you to do similar. Okay, except you don't even want to do crypto at all, but try and do similar. Don't just put all your trades in the crypto again, just because, for the sake of, for your own sake mainly. Okay, so if you're gonna trade it, make sure it's a swing. Okay, make sure it's a swing. Check the good levels. Of course, as a group, we do this. We have this discussion, and then you place your trade. But don't start thinking about you want to scalp it just because of, we know all this unpredictable long weeks that we've experienced in the past, and I would not want us to keep using our all our money, our funds on this thing. So it's not just ideal. So yeah, so by all means you can trade it, but please make sure give room to breathe, because you could just get that odd random thing out and it just keeps going. So I'm trying to factor that in too. So gradually, I'm still trading it by all means, but it's not my bread and butter. It's more of a longer time frame. It's a swing, and I make sure I have a huge margin. Don't try and make all the money. So the same risk applies to our crypto, and that's what I was going to say. Okay. I think I got a screenshot from Didi here. You did very well with your trade. Well done. Sometimes when you're in a bigger trade like DLA is doing now, just scalp, try and take the odd money available in and out. Why not? And that's what we should do if we can, really. Okay. Let me just see if you got any question or any extra comments. But let me get a word from one or two people. Samuel, how are the trades going? I know you seem like you have more peace of mind now. Would you say?
Yeah, the trades have been fine. The week was great. I think I only had an issue with the stock shorts that I carried over from last week. Because
okay.
Yeah, because it pumped a lot.
Which one? It's stock. Which one was that?
AFRM.
Oh, firm. Yeah. So remember, I said the minute you're in profits, you've got to be able to. Yes. You were not the only person actually. It just went and it just rallied heavily, even against me. So I just quickly cut it. So so a lot of times, if you're in a trade, try and have a point whereby you think you want to get out, and if it's pumping that way, just okay. I think we didn't talk about hedging at that point. So don't just set a trade, especially if it's a trade. I know people say set it and forget it, but because a lot of us are still at a very early stage right now. So when I set my trade, I spend some time just to have a feel, have a gauge. Then if I think, I look at the chart again. If I think, or just let me know, please. If you think, okay, you know what, this thing is just going manic, just go on and ask me, or hedge with it. So that way you just trap that loss and you're not just taking too much loss with it. But yeah, so I think here I didn't actually lose. I think I only made about 50p or something like that, and I just came out because the market was actually dumping that day. But then guess what happened? It reversed, and it was just, and this has actually been a monster, to be honest. If you're going to look from where it was, so this is actually down 60% from, oh wow, I think from the lows of, from right July, you can see 111%. Oh, sorry, let me raise it back up right here. Yeah, so it's 60% from, if you think about it, from just about the last 14 days. It's been a monster, really. So and hedge it sometimes, or if you don't feel if it's really going against you, be able to hedge it, trap that loss, and so you don't make too much loss all the time. And again, sometimes just be able to get out. Oh, I didn't share that. Let's share my screen there. I was looking at the screen. I thought I shared it. Let me quickly share it again. Yeah, I was just talking about this FM right here, and this is it. So it's been on a monster run, 60%. In the last 10 days. So you can see.
I think the earnings are is coming up August 25.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh no, they haven't had the earnings yet. Yeah, yeah.
No,
So it's yeah. I mean, it's quite volatile. It's going to move with the market.
It did the same thing the last time too. Why? I think that was around March.
Yes.
Where it moved from about 30 something to 80 something, and then after
really
that error done by their staff or something.
Heavily, yeah. It's a mover, but yeah. Okay, we have any points to add? Mr. Didi, well done. You're making a claim. Good job.
Yeah, we're trying.
We have any points? Naomi, talk to me.
Hi.
Any points?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, for the pound against Swiss franc, right? You said it was a long
GBP,
sorry?
France, yeah. HS.
Yeah, you said it was like a long hold. I don't know, like when you say long hold, how long, considering the fact that they're going to be charging us every night for holding trades that are active.
Sure. So that's a very good point there. So which is one thing I mentioned in the group actually when I took out Brent, and my charges were £2 a night. So over the weekend I couldn't trade, I couldn't do anything. I lost £6 of the charges. Again, it depends on the size. And the reason, I mean, for this one, it depends on. I think you have a smaller margin than me in the risk amount. So for me, I think my charge is about 9p a day. So
£9.
9p.
Okay.
Because I'm trading in pounds, I probably should put in dollars. So let's just say 10 cents.
Okay.
So it's about 10 cents a night. So when I say long hold, remember I took the trade on the daily. So I expect my what's it called? I expect it to play out as well on the daily. Okay, if it's a daily, then it's gonna take longer. Because if you say a day, if you look at this one candle, this for a whole day, if you spread it out. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see? So all of this happening today. Okay, where is it? Okay, yeah. Today's the 10th. Right. So from about this point. From about this point anyway, about 24, 40 candles. All of this happening today. So, but if you look at the end of the day, just one single red candle. And this during the CPI report. So yeah, it's going to be a long hold because it's going to take time to play out. You could factor that in. Or what you can do, you could just have a little bit of an entry. And once the uptrend is really confirmed, you could increase the size, because you don't want to get in on a weak point. You want to scale in while there's strength. Does that make sense? So at the point of strength, so you just want to get, and I think you even had a good entry on this one as well. So that's what you want to do. You don't want to get out because you made a tiny profit. Because remember what I said? Somebody asked me, when do we get out on the trade? And I said something to the group, and I said, the first law of motion. Do you guys remember your physics textbook? Don't worry, I won't ask any of me. Let me not embarrass anybody here. Who remembers the first law of motion? Come on, Precious.
Because what goes up must surely come down.
Sorry, no? That's a third. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the first law of motion is that every object will keep moving except it hits an external force. So nothing will change the direction except it hits an external force. Okay, so we don't just So, you know, an external force could be our resistance. Make sense? So don't just take profit. Oh, like I think people say in the group, oh, I quickly take $10 and I ran. I quickly take $200 profit and I ran. Like, okay, but did you take it at a key level? Nothing will change except there's a force, there's a catalyst for it to change. And your catalyst could be a resistance. Does that make sense? So that's what it takes. So yeah, I know you guys are not physics people, but it's okay. You guys are money people, especially Precious. She just cares about the money. Okay, do we have any question, guys? If there's no question, I will share this again, the link, and we shall see you guys in the group anyway. Please, if there's anything, let me know. If you're struggling, please, guys, we work as a group and we grow as a group together. And yeah, let's grow together. And if you find an opportunity, let us know. I don't get in before anybody. I always tell you, we just get. In fact, my entry for GBP, CHF, Naomi was laughing at me. I'm like, well, what can I do? I just got in and got it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, enjoy your evening and
Thank you. Thank you
good luck
very
with the
much.
trade. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right.
Bye bye, everybody.
Thank you.